Monday and it is the 27th of April. We're just going through to the living room to get ready to do our Joe Wicks workout, which starts at 9 o'clock. It's currently about 8:30. I'm going to do one of my hour by hour vlogs today. I do these occasionally if you've seen my vlog series before. So you'll just see what's going on every hour of the day until I stop vlogging later. So this is 8 AM and you've already seen 7 AM, and then you'll see every hour throughout the day. I've got to put you down now because I've got to put my trainers on. Which means it's break time. The girls do their first 2 lessons from sort of 10 to 11, and then we have a break. So they're just FaceTiming Granny and having a hot cross bun. I had a little bit of a hot cross bun, but I don't like things with dried fruit in them. This is weird. Hello, Mum. That's me mum. Okay, so I thought 11 o'clock, break time, good time to have a quick catch up with you. I have got some notes. I'm supposed to film a podcast today, and I don't think I'm going to have time or much to talk about because obviously my crafting time has gone right down the toilet. But what I might try to do is make some notes and maybe film a bit today and a bit tomorrow and kind of try and put it together into something resembling a decent podcast, because I really want to talk about the dodgy bag make-along, which starts on the 1st of May. So I'm going to try and do that. And I also wanted to say thank you so much to everyone for your pattern suggestions. A couple of vlogs ago when we did Denmark Appreciation Day on Friday, I talked about the yarn that I bought. I've got a skein of 4-ply yarn and a skein of mohair, and I've had tons of brilliant suggestions, and I thought I'd read some of them out. So and some of them are just so gorgeous. One of them, Bob suggested the Sparkle and Fluff shawl by Emily O'Brien, and that is a beautiful shawl. I really liked that one. Helen Stewart has got the Candlelit shawl, but also Jo mentioned that her Hibernation shawl would be good. And I went and had a look at that on Ravelry, and it's actually free for the month of April, which is brilliant. So if you were interested in that, it's the Hibernation shawl. I'll write all these down in a list underneath, and if I have time, I'll link to them, but otherwise you'll have the names for Googling. She's getting her water. The other one was the Cheri Chevron shawl, which was suggested by Belinda, and it's a shawl pattern by Amber O'Brien. That I love. That is a very strong contender because it takes one skein of each type of yarn and it stripes them, and it's a really nice kind of elongated triangle shape. I really like that shawl. I'm pretty certain that's going to be one of a choice of 2 that I might make. Someone else suggested Party on My Needles by Locatelli. Joji, hi Joji, suggested the Truffula Tuft Cowl, which is another really beautiful one. The Maya shawl was suggested, and Michelle actually messaged me to show me her one that was in progress, and it's beautiful. That was the crochet one, which I talked about the other day, and I think Claudia, Crochet Luna, and Faye of the Crochet Circle podcast have both made it. Yeah, I really like that one. I think that's the other one that's the strong contender. Box of Frogs suggested, this was really interesting. She said, how about a Danish tie shawl? And I've never heard of this. And she gave me a couple of links, and I'll repost those links underneath. And the first link gives the history of the Danish tie shawl. Now, most of the patterns are made with a DK weight yarn, and it looks like it would use quite a lot. But it was fascinating. So it was some pictures from like Victorian times included, and a little bit of the history. And I just love that kind of stuff about how old the craft of knitting and crochet and sewing and everything that we love, just how far back it goes. But yeah, I'd never heard of that, so thank you so much for sharing that. It was a really interesting thing to go and look at, and I would highly recommend you go and have a little look at that as well. I'm gabbling, aren't I? What else? I mentioned quite a few the other day, and somebody else asked, Kim Nelson asked me, as we were having Danish Appreciation Day, where was my Danish tea towel bag? You're quite right, hang on, I'll go and get it. Here it is! I made this, but after our trip to Denmark, I bought a tea towel at the airport on the way home. Slightly strange fabric, it would have made an absolutely awful tea towel. And I cut it up and made it into a big bag. Huge for shopping, and I use this a lot. Well, I used to use it a lot when I was allowed out to the shops and to Blue Water. But yeah, love this bag. Yeah, absolutely love this, but it's like I say, it's not getting used much at the moment because we're not going anywhere. Right, it's 11:15. I'm going to make a cup of tea and get ready for the next lesson of the day. It's 1:30 and I completely forgot to film the 1 o'clock bit, which was lunchtime, but rest assured, we did all eat lunch and we're now settling down. I'm working. Dan has a little freer time in the afternoon because he starts work at about 6:37 in the morning to free up the afternoon a bit for me to work. Lilia is just there doing Spanish. And Phoebe is going around the house doing something to do with her art, and that is their last lessons of the day. They'll be finished by 2 o'clock and then they can do what they like. But I can't, I have to work. Just after 4, actually it's nearer to 5 to be honest, but we're still in the 4 zone, and I'm just making some soup with the leftovers from our roast dinner last night. So I made a stock with the chicken carcass, and then I've got all the leftover veg plus some leftover veg I had already put in the freezer, and some the bottom of a bag of peas and things like that. I'm gonna put you in the soup if you're not quiet. The girls, however, won't be having the vegetable soup. They are going to be having fish fingers, I think. I can't remember what we've decided, but we've decided that tonight was just going to be straightforward, easy, shove it in the oven, cook some veg to go with it type of meal. But Dan and I are going to get about 10 portions of our vegetables for the day in one bowl of soup. It smells gorgeous. Oh, the unflattering angles I get into in order to be able to talk to you in a quiet place. It is now 9 o'clock. Phoebe is in bed. Lilia will be going up in a minute to go and spend some time reading before she goes to sleep, and then after that I will eventually get to sit down and watch a little Parks and Recreation with Dan, and I'm going to have a nice hot milk and a little bit of chocolate, and then hopefully hopefully I won't lose my voice, hopefully a relatively early night. I just wanted to finish the day off by saying thank you so much for continuing to watch. It's really, really great that you do, and I appreciate that you're there with me throughout this strange time. I know a lot of the comments say that you appreciate the fact that I'm here chattering to you, but I appreciate more the fact that you're here listening to me chattering. And on that note, line of thought, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that has commented or bought me a coffee on the Ko-fi account. Everyone's going through a lot at the moment, and the fact that you've either done either of those things in your lives when each one of us is experiencing these challenging times in different ways is just, well, I can't put it into words really, so thank you and good night. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you tomorrow.